Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the TEKS tool, Algebraic Reasoning. We are focusing on prime and composite with a problem related to TEKS 5.4a that we will solve in 5 minutes or less. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got five numbers, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. We need to figure out how many of those lists are composite. All right. So we need to know, before we do that, the difference between prime and composite numbers. Prime and composite, that's just one way that we can classify numbers. We can sort them into buckets. Now, we're not talking about every single number in existence. Prime and composite deal with numbers that are whole, so no decimals, no fractions, and they're greater than zero, so no negatives. When we get to that small set of numbers, prime numbers are those that only have two factors. The only way to multiply to get to those numbers would be 1 and itself, right? So 11, for example, is a prime number because the only way to get to 11, and when you multiply, is 1 times 11. Composite, it's 3 or more factors. So you can get there more than just 1 times itself. So for example, 12 is going to be composite because I can do 1 times 12, right? I can do 2 times 6. I can even do 3 times 4. So 12's got 6 factors. 11, you would list them out like this, right? 1 and 11, I would do 1, 2, 3, 4. You always put them in order, 6, 12. So that's the difference between prime and composite. I'm looking for composite numbers, and it's not going to be all 5, but it's going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. So what's going to help us here is looking at our divisibility rules. All right, so divisibility rules are shortcuts based on patterns that help us figure out if a number is divisible by another number. And the first one we've known since like first grade is when we skip count by twos, we are actually naming an even number. So you can say it's either divided by 2 or you can multiply by something 2 to get there. Either way works. Anything divided by 2 is going to be even, which means it ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, right? Because if it's an even number outside of 2, 2 is actually a prime number because the only way to get to 2 is 1 times 2, but any number after 2 is going to be divisible by 2. It's an even number. You can split it into two equal groups. Well, I've got some even numbers up there. Look at my ones place. I'm looking for a ones digit of 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. I am seeing this right here, 62. I am seeing 64. So I see at least two composite numbers. All right. Let's look at the next one, not necessarily in order numerically, but probably the next easiest one. It's going to be divided by 5. Now, it could be even or odd. It actually switch back and forth, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hopefully you notice that the pattern there is it ends, or the ones place, in a 0 or 5. So we've already marked off anything with a 0 because it's going to be a 10, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, which means it's divisible by 2 or 5. But also the 5s, 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. Well, I've got a 65 right there. All right. Now, so that means there's at least 3. So either 3 or 4. All right, so the one that's probably going to be the most useful, and it's a little bit tricky, but once you see it, it's really cool, is divisible by 3. That means the sum of digits is divisible by 3. Is divisible by 3. So let me show you what I'm talking about. 61 is what we're looking at. 61, is it a 6 plus 1? All right, 6 plus 1 is 7. Can that be divided by 3? Then 61 cannot be divided by 3. Doesn't mean it's prime, it just means it cannot be divided by 3. 63, 6 plus 3 equals 9. Oh, that can be divided by 3, which means 3 times something, in this case 21, is going to make 63, which means that's a composite number. And there we go. That's the only possible answer. 61 is prime. Our answer is D.